Simu, man, congratulations on it.
This is our first time meeting in person. And I just wanna immortalize this on camera because this is a big deal, and I just want to say I appreciate you. And you've been like there from day one. So man, I'm so happy to see you.
I'm happy for you, man. I hope you're really proud of the movie because I've been following you, and I think like you are the champion of this thing, and you guys crushed it.
Thank you. I am pretty proud of it. I mean, just watching it back on premiere night and hearing it play in front of an audience of like hundreds of people, it's really such a special feeling.
Did you buy tickets yet for your own movie?
Oh, of course I did. Of course I did. I bought tickets in like different countries. Like I bought like I can't physically be in that many places at once, but whatever. I got the tickets.
I went to the premiere. I got the tickets for opening night in Nashville,
man.
so I'm ready to.
Thank you.
Man. That threw me off. Thank you for saying that.
No, of course, man.
You step into the ring as Shang-Chi in the Marvel Universe, and this is a character that I feel like, in reading your other interviews and seeing what you've talked about of your own story, you have a lot in common with this character. Is it a little bit daunting to step into the Marvel world on a stage like this and be so personal while so many people around the world are learning so much about you at the same time, or does it bring you a bit more comfort to know that it is such a real thing?
Interesting. You know what gives me more comfort than anything else is that knowing that I'm going to work every day and I'm serving a story that is compelling and nuanced and rich with emotion and taps into so many different parts of the human experience. And I think that's what Destin is so incredible at as a filmmaker. I think that's why he is the only possible choice to direct this and helm this movie and steer this ship. He is honestly such an incredible storyteller, and from the first moment I read the script, I knew I related to it. I related to the character, but it's also because that character is universal. It's a coming of age story, and everybody should relate to this character and what he goes through.
Yeah. When you signed on post Endgame, did you know, when they first brought you in, that this was going to be a story? Because I know you're a Marvel fan, so your fandom goes back to Iron Man and Iron Man 3 and the Incredible Hulk and stuff, and the things that are connected here. Did you know that those were going to be things that get kind of tied in and tied up in Shang-Chi?
Absolutely not. I think I remember asking Kevin Feige, because he brought me into his office and he was like, okay, great, do you have any questions? And the first thing that I asked was, I was like, how is it going to tie into the MCU? Because that's all I wanted to know. I was like, am I going to be an Avenger? Am I going to see this person? Am I going to fight Thor? Am I going to be best friends with Captain America? Tell me. And he was just like, Simu, you just have to trust us. And then he's also like, because we don't even know ourselves. No, he was so wonderful. He was like, we're still working through a couple of things right now. We can't tell you anything until it's been solidified, but you're gonna love it. That's what he said. And reading it in the script, I did.
Made good on that promise.
He definitely did.
Kevin always does.
In Kevin we trust, always.
Any Avengers you want to team up with going forward?
Well, there's this wonderful comic run where Shang-Chi teams up with Spider-Man and teaches him, martial arts and kung fu and develops a style around him, and it's this really cool run. I think it's pretty cool. I just think it'd be really incredible to work with, first of all, with an actor like Tom, who's so incredibly talented in his own right, and also I just want that for the culture,
Yeah.
I want to see the two of them fighting.
I think that would be awesome. The Marvel fans would love it. And one question, I don't know if you can answer this. Will I see you at the Doctor Strange 2 junket?
You will see me on opening night of Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. I will be first in line and enthusiastically cheering and hooting and hollering along with everyone else.
They've trained you very well already. My pleasure.
I'm a master of many martial arts, sir.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure to talk to you. Destin, congratulations. Shang-Chi is a phenomenal start to finish. It's great, dude.
Thank you so much.
Of course. I want to start with, you open the movie on awesome kung fu martial arts action sequences, and those carry on throughout. You found a way to almost make these well choreographed action sequences almost like a romanticized dance, where these performers are really performing intimately together in what is supposed to be these chaotic moments. I'd love to hear from you about putting your stamp on the most unique action I've ever seen in a Marvel movie.
I mean, this stamp was not my stamp alone. This was the result of a really incredible team that we put together. Our stunt team was led by Brad Allen, who came from the camp of the great Jackie Chan and was not only trained there to do great martial arts, but really trained to do storytelling and to do physical storytelling with setups and payoffs and physical gags and jokes and humor. And he also put together an incredible team of choreographers from mainland China and Hong Kong some of which brought this other really beautiful choreo that you could describe some of these fight scenes as elegant and emotional. And we have a fight scene where two people fall in love by the end of it. And these are all fight scenes that are described in ways that I never thought I could describe a fight scene, and I feel so proud to have them all be a part of this movie.
Your entire team did such an incredible job. You should all be very proud of it. I loved your story at the press conference about how you almost never wanted to do a Marvel movie, and you were convinced to come do this because of how connected to it you were personally with this story. But I do want to hear about the Marvel side of it. When you come into this world and it's has ties with like Abomination and Wong and this story that's rooted in Iron Man and Iron Man 3. When those kind of come into play, how much of a hand do you get to have in choosing their roles in the film?
Everything at Marvel I found, which was surprising, is I found it to be incredibly collaborative. Everybody has a say. I have a say. Of course, the heads of Marvel have a say. But even an intern or a PA, and anybody who has a good idea, if it's a good idea that could make the movie better, it rises to the top. I think making a movie that is a part of this grander universe that already exists is really fun. There's being able to tap into the setups and questions that were created years ago and be able to find creative ways of answering them. And at the end of our movie, knowing that our characters will exist and continue to live on, and making sure that we are sending them down a road where that makes sense in the grander universe. It was a really fun creative process.
I've been saying all week that I think this could have been its own franchise. Being part of Marvel is just a bonus. Well, you've really established something awesome and complex.
Cool.
Yeah. I do want to hear about Abomination's look. The last time we saw him was in The Incredible Hulk. Did you have a hand in adapting this new take, slightly different looking Abomination?
I mean, yeah, I have a hand in. We all have a hand in everything. But Abomination, a lot of those characters who are just popping into our movie for a little bit are there for a reason, and are there for reasons that are yet to be discovered, either through our movie or other movies that are coming out.
Were there any characters or scenes that you wanted to have in or you shot with that didn't make the cut, or you had it in the early stages that just didn't make it into the film?
Yeah, there's one fight scene. All of our action sequences, I think what I love about them is they each take place in very unique environments, and the setting is as much a character to the fight sequences as the opponents who are fighting in them. And there was one setting that we were not able to do in this movie, but I won't say what it is because I really hope that we get to do it again in another film. Okay,
I'm intrigued. You got me. I'm intrigued. The story, in a lot of ways, mirrors some of the more recent Shang-Chi comics, especially with the sibling rivalry aspect and the organization that a family is kind of the heirs to, whether they like it or not. Did you look at any of the comics specifically, and how did you combine those, if you did, with the personal journey that you've been on yourself and witnessed so many people go through?
When we definitely pulled directly the thematic from the comics of a very complicated relationship between a father and a son, and we wanted to inject that with our own experience growing up as an Asian American in Hawaii, and Dave Callahan growing up as a Chinese American in the Bay Area. We just wanted to make sure that Shang-Chi felt like our friends, that felt like that he was surrounded by characters who felt like our family, and watch him go on a journey that we can fully relate to. So that was the core of our creative hope for this movie.
Did you have to, at any point, talk with the teams on Doctor Strange like Sam Raimi, or WandaVision like Matt Shakman, or Loki and Kate Herron, to make sure that what you were doing with the kind of reshuffling and stuff kind of all still fit together from a story perspective?
I mean, when you're in the Marvel offices, you're typically right next door to all of the other creative projects that are going on. So there is a lot of cross-pollination going on in the halls, and you do get, as you're going down a road creatively, sometimes you get a little whisper in your ear. I'm not sure if that would fit because of this and this, so you might want to go in another direction. But that's part of the fun of the process.
Will I see you at Shang-Chi too?
I hope so.
Me too. Well, thank you so much. Pleasure talking with you. Congratulations on a fantastic film.
Oh, thank you so much.